So most of us have heard the conspiracy about what's going on with Fauci and Gates, that it appears that the elites are throwing them under the bus. Now, we don't really see Gates coming out and having conversations these days, ever since his divorce was announced. But Fauci has come out and talked. And so my curiosity when it comes to these conspiracy theories is to see what kind of reaction are we giving off. Does it give validity to the conspiracy or does it not?
As Senator Rand Paul, who you've tangled with in the past, basically suggesting that you and the NIH funded risky research that eventually down the line is connected to COVID-19. I don't want to dwell on this for too long, but I did want to give you that chance to react to his comments today.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually preposterous. And I mean, to bring something that up is really not helpful. He was saying we funded a kind of research.
So we got Fauci being Fauci. It's hard for me to call him a doctor. Sorry. But he seems to be angled towards the side. And we're in a Zoom call, so it's kind of hard to pinpoint the why on the side movement, at least from the get-go. Because he could be coming from the side because the angle of his monitor and the person he's talking to is at an odd way. We don't know yet. We can see that he's very stiff. And he appears to have his arms in a way that looks like his hands are gripping his chair or are in an unnatural state of grabbing something around him for support.
China, that could lead to dangerous research. That's not the case. So what he was saying was just absolutely not true. It's really unfortunate.
So as he finishes that up, which is not the case, and then you see his arms actually move from that uncomfortable and unnatural support system to a more relaxed. So we start out with the most stress, and then we end with going into the next part of his subject, which is the attack on Rand Paul, which says that the stress in the beginning of this was his BS.
Fortunate that he brought that up. It really does nothing but cloud the issue of what we're trying to do. So it was just, unfortunate that he said that.
You also notice he moves a little more as he attacks Rand Paul, who deserves to be called a doctor.
It was said in an accusatory way that just made no sense and was not based in any fact at all.
And as he wraps that up, we see that stressed smile as he ends it, tight-lipped, holding back. There are a couple of things that go through the mind when you do this. Tighten those lips up. You don't want to look like a fool. That's one scenario. Did I say something I shouldn't have? That's another scenario, which I think applies more to this situation.
That has been the subject of a lot of our fact checking on the coronavirus for the past year.
That is freaking hilarious. I just noticed this. Many of you young people probably won't get this, but you older ones will recognize this. Liar, liar, pants on fire. And you see on this woman's shelf next to the plant, pants on fire. It really makes you think that they're throwing him under the bus.
And like you said, there's a lot of cloudiness around the origins of COVID-19 still. So I wanted to ask, are you still confident that it developed naturally?
No, actually, that's the point that I said. And
So there we go. She asked this very loaded question. Kudos to her for that. And he's instantly adjusting himself. People adjust themselves in very stressful situations because their muscles need to relax. Think of it like you run. You have to stop and relax. The body in a stressful situation, even though you don't see massive activity, the muscles are tense, they're tight, they need to relax. So you stretch them out, you move it around. That's a huge tell that someone is trying to untension themselves, release the stress. And we're seeing him do that. He heard that question, went instantly tense. So by the time we get back for him to answer the question, he is trying to stretch it out.
I think the real unfortunate aspect of what Senator Paul.
And there we go back into the unnatural support that he gives himself with his arms. I would have to say at this point, the conspiracy is looking very validated. This is not some plan that he was part of, like, yeah, I'll take the hit. This is someone coming out and trying to defend himself and being very stressed about doing it to people he once considered allies.
Paul did is he was conflating research in a collaborative way with Chinese scientists, which was, you'd almost have to say if we did not do that, we would almost be irresponsible because SARS-CoV-1 clearly originated in China, and we were fortunate to escape a major pandemic. So we really had to learn a lot more about the viruses that were there about whether or not people were getting infected with bad viruses. So in a very minor collaboration, as part of a subcontract of a grant, we had a collaboration with some Chinese scientists. And what he conflated that is that therefore we were involved in creating the virus, which is the most ridiculous, majestic leap I've ever heard of. But no, I'm not convinced about that. I think that we should continue to investigate what went on in China.
So as he sits there and talks about his word salad on what he thinks, oh, that's ridiculous that, we were involved, even though he pretty much says, well, we funded him. His whole lower body from the neck down is extremely stiff. He's got his arms in that unnatural support system that we cannot really see. We just know from the angle and how it's moving that it's not natural. And the only thing moving on him is his bobblehead. That is a deceptive body. And I think we've seen enough to answer our question.
I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, Firo. Firo is one of the few cryptocurrency projects that I respect. Unlike most other cryptocurrencies, Firo is focused on safeguarding your financial privacy without compromising on trustlessness, which means no third parties are required, and transactions are private by default. Firo also has an exciting roadmap to look forward to. Features such as Instant Send, where payments can both be sent and confirmed within seconds. There's also Elysium, which adds tokenization functionality similar to Ethereum, but it also enables these assets to enjoy Firo's privacy technology. There's many more things on the roadmap, and if you'd like to learn more, head over to firo.org. If you'd like to learn more about analysing body language, there is a video course available on Mandy's website for Gold subscribers, where Mandy teaches more about her techniques of deception detection. There's also other content such as the Crime series and Interesting Minds series, available to both Gold and Silver subscribers.
If you like it, please share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.